Hey guys, Jason Creel, and this is the Lawn Care Life. Today I am tracking my day. I'm seeing how many yards I can knock out today, how much money I can generate, and how long it takes me. I am using a device in my truck from a sponsor on the channel. It's GPS Track It, and what it does, I'm going to show you, kind of what it does at the end of the day. It'll show you some reports, let me know how much time I sat in the truck with the air conditioner blowing on me, idle time, travel time, and help me learn a lot about my efficiency. It'll show me my route, which is good if you're working solo, even better if you're working with employees, so you can really look at what they're doing, how much time they're wasting, and how you can be more efficient and ultimately make more money. But today, for me, I want to see just how much money I can make and how many yards and how long it takes. And we'll check out the report. So 7:40 in the morning, I'm about to leave home. I've got about a 35-minute commute to get to my stop today, and then I'm going to be working in that area. Probably have about 20 yards. Not sure what the revenue is. I was thinking about trying to have just an unbelievable, crazy day. I got about a day and a half worth of work left on my route. For this round of treatments I'm doing, weed control and fertilization. I thought maybe if I just went crazy and tried to get them all done today, because there's rain tomorrow in the forecast, but I said no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have a normal day, and then I'll finish up the other half of the day when it stops raining. So that's what we're going to do. Getting ready to head out, and I will keep you posted throughout the day. I'm going to kind of show you a little bit, just give you updates to help you follow along, and then we'll take a look at the date at the end. Let's get started with the day. Got a lot to do. The chickens got a lot to do too. Just walk around the yard pecking that stuff like they do all day long. Hopefully they'll give me some eggs today. Pardon my messy truck, but that's the GPS Track It little device. It just plugs in right there in your truck. And again, it's tracking the data on the software on my computer. We'll show you that later. Built Ford Tough. My Ford sign's upside down. I'm not sure if that's normal or not. Well, I got in some traffic, but I finally made it to my first stop, 8:58 in the morning. Let's get started working. I'll keep you updated throughout the day. Hopefully show you a little bit of what I'm doing out here on these yards. Checking in with you, it's 11:09, sitting in my truck. I just signed up a customer, actually, who found me on YouTube searching for Bermuda grass. He happened to live local. Went out and had a good conversation with him about his yard, switched over from another provider, and I was able to sign him up. So we're really excited about that. I've only gotten, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've only done 5 yards. So I'm running a little bit behind schedule, but I'm about to go to a cluster of neighborhoods, well, a neighborhood where I have a bunch of yards together. I think I might have 7 on one street even. So should up my efficiency moving forward. So just checking in with you, and we'll check in throughout the day. Thanks. So checking in with you, it's 1 o'clock. I think I've done 11 yards, and I want to show you kind of what I'm doing, the weeds I'm dealing with, and what I'm doing to take care of them. I think I left my truck running. That's not going to help my efficiency. But anyway, looking at the weeds we're dealing with, let me find some where it did not in the shadows here. You see that little weed right there? That's called spurge, and it's all over the yard. It's tough. I think this year we had so much rain, our pre-emergent. I mean, you're going to get spurge anyway, but I think our pre-emergent broke down pretty quickly this year, and so you have more spurge than normal. So dealing with weeds like spurge, let me see what else we've been spraying a little bit of in these yards. You got, looks kind of like spurge there, but that's Lespedeza. You see the spurge there, a little bit more bluish green tint. Lespedeza. There's also weeds like Virginia buttonweed. You see you got the little white flower like a vine. Really difficult to kill, but not so difficult to at least control it. So I got a couple things going on here to spray with. I've got my ride-on machine here, and I've got dismiss as well as metsulfuron in that. So if I get in a big yard, wide open spaces, I ride around, spray it with that. That'll knock back most of it. And then I get these little handheld sprayers, and I've got some change up, different things in these. Got change up, got Celsius, got my sedge product Solero. So using these combinations of products depending on the yard, depending on which weeds. If there's tons of nut sedge in the yard, then go out there with Solero, or sometimes I'll use Pro Sedge, or sometimes I use Certainty. But if it's got just like a big yard with a lot of spurge or a lot of Kalinga, things like that. I can ride it with this and let the dismiss knock that stuff back and clean it up pretty good. So anyway, just an update. 11 yards in, 1 o'clock. I'm about to go to, I got a couple more yards in this neighborhood. I got to give another quote. And then I'm going to a little small, an area where I've got some yards really stacked in. I'm gonna see if I can get this day over with and head back home. I do got 1 yard to look at close to my house to give a quote on as well. Checking in 2:47 in the afternoon. I'm tired. The bad news is I've got 7 yards to go. The good news is, I guess this is good news, they're all 7 on the same street. So I'm parking my truck one last time, hopefully, to knock out 7 more yards. Then I got a yard to go look at to give a quote to. So anyway, let's see if I can get motivated here to get 7 more yards knocked out. These obviously will be very profitable since I'm not wasting time driving around. And then I'm gonna head back towards where I live and look at that final yard to give a quote. So just giving you a last checkup. We will get back and then we'll look at a report and see how well we did as far as how much money we made, how many stops we made, and how we can improve on our efficiency using the GPS Track It software. It's 3:36, finished up my yards, was able to do those 7 yards in under an hour. You say, how's that possible, Jason? How do you do 7 yards in under an hour? Well, they're all on the same street. I didn't have to even move my truck. And I'm doing weed control and fertilization. I'm not mowing the lawns. I don't think I can do 7 yards mow it. And so not actually fertilize, just doing weed control today. And I'm sweating, which is not good. I was able to ride on a machine, a lot of them. Some of them have steep hills, so I had to walk those with a hand sprayer. But anyway, got them done. Headed back to the house. Actually got to go look at the yard, and then we'll get the report. Don't say, if you want to check out the GPS Track It, there is a link in the description of the video so that you can check it out, see if it's a good fit for your business. So take a look at that when you get done watching the video. All right, I'm back home sitting on the computer and pulled up the GPS Track It report here. They call this the Fleet Manager. And so I pulled it up. You can see single unit here, Creel's truck is what it's called, and my advanced summary report. Now, before I get into the details of this, I figured up I did 23 stops today as far as yards go, and revenue was $1,284. So not bad. Again, I tell people all the time, when weed control and fertilization, it's not a guarantee of income, but you can consistently generate over $1,000 a day in revenue. And here where I live in Alabama, the good thing about that is it's year-round consistent money. So another good day, another not the most efficient days we're going to see here in this report, but I do teach people, and I'm planning on starting a class. I've got a video course on lawncarelife.com for those that want to get into weed control. There's a lot of resources, but I'm also planning to open up a class this fall or winter where we train people. We did that last year, and I'm probably going to do it again, maybe tweak some things. So let's check out the report here. All right, so my drive time here, as you can see, 4 hours, 6 minutes, and 34 seconds. You're like, man, Jason, did you drive for 4 hours today? Well, the way my schedule's set up, the way my route is, I've got a lot of customers really close to where I live. And then I have another section of them that takes me 35 to 40 minutes to get to. But once I get over there, I've got, a lot of yards. Well, this happened to be the ones that are further away. So yes, I drove, and this morning I got in school traffic. So it took me almost, I would say 45 minutes probably to get there. And then driving around, from yard to yard, and then driving back and all that. So 4 hours, 6 minutes. That's a lot of driving, but I tell you, that's what it's for, is to show you your inefficiencies. I could probably, I know for a fact, in one stop, I drove past the customer's house and then came back later to do that one, and I should probably change up the way my route is to be more efficient. Stop time, 5 hours, 21 minutes, 52 seconds. Now that's going to be a little bit different because I've got it in here starting at 7 o'clock, so it's probably figuring some of the time this morning before I actually got going. So. But a lot of that is too, the majority of that is the time I'm working on the yard, so I park the truck and there I'm stopped working. Number of stops, it says 24. Average stop time 13 minutes. So really making good time on these yards. A lot of small yards. I'm out spot treating nutsedge and riding a machine, blanketing some yards for spurs and things like that. Idle time 54 minutes. Number of idles 18. Average idle time 3 minutes and 2 seconds. That's from me sitting in there letting the air conditioner blow on me in August in Alabama. We really like air conditioners. And I drove 81.2 miles. So again, sometimes you may think, yeah, I made decent money today, got 23 yards done, but spent a lot of time driving and a lot of distance. So if you think the amount of inefficiencies here, you got to factor that in. Is it worth driving all the way over there, 81 miles? Well, in my situation, if I can make $1,284, then the answer is yes. To drive over there 81 miles, and that's, of course, that's there and back and everywhere in between. To make, $200, probably not worth it. So anyway, this report, GPS tracker, like I said, there'll be a link in the description if you want to check it out, and just kind of letting you see how it works, what the kind of information. There's a lot more information on here. Map view, which it'll literally show me where I've been driving all day, zigzagging back and forth all over town. And so anyway, a lot of stuff to get to in this situation. I decided to go ahead and pull up the map view, and it shows you where I've been today. So that this is over here close to where I live, and down here in this area, lots of stops. And then this is where I was working today over here. So a lot of stops in this area. So you can zoom in, you can actually click on these little arrows and it'll tell you what was happening right there. So right here, I was driving 22 miles an hour headed northeast at 2:11 this afternoon. So I mean, it's pretty detailed, the amount of information you get. You can see all the stops I made, my route. And again, see right here, I was going back and forth, crossing over myself. So I need to improve the way I'm driving and see if I can't clean up some of the inefficiencies in my route.
The map feature, if you have multiple trucks, you can literally see every single stop they made. You see, hey, are they going home for lunch when they're not supposed to? Are they taking the mowing equipment and going mowing some yards on the side that's out of town? You can actually set up what's called a Geo Fence, and I think this is pretty cool. You set up this boundary, and if the piece of equipment it goes out of that boundary, it's going to notify you. So you think about that from, is my employee taking my equipment out of the territory to go do work on the side, or you could use it for security. So you could actually put it on a piece of equipment, and if it went outside of a particular area, then it's going to notify you. So maybe, helping with preventing theft and being able to find a piece of stolen equipment. As far as some other things, you can go on here for your driver behavior. You see here, I'm going to go to Grill's truck, and it said last month I had 44 aggressive driving things. I guess that's bad. I was speeding. Now, that's for a month now. And I'm a pretty reasonable driver. But I had 148 times I was speeding last month. Well, I'm not overly alarmed by that. But if you had several drivers side by side and you saw one, I mean, it's going to even tell you. You can run a report. It'll tell you if they went over 75 miles an hour, over 80 miles an hour, over 85 miles an hour. Are they hard braking, hard turning? It goes into a lot of detail to show you their driver behavior, and you run a report on that. So pretty cool feature. And again, not that you just gotta have to nitpick everything an employee does, or even looking at yourself. But if you saw somebody that's just, the report's not going to lie. If he's just a crazy driver, then you are putting yourself at risk there, and you might have to talk to him like, look, man, the report shows here that you're driving over 85 miles an hour consistently. So that's not good. We can't do that. So pretty cool. But I have put the link in the description below for the GPS track, also a phone number. They're offering a 3-month free trial, which is great if you just want to check it out and see how it works. And in 3 months, you'll probably know, hey, is this a fit for me or is it not? I appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you guys get out there trying to make money, trying to grow your business, and trying to be more efficient in the way you run your business. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.